today's video is going to be my March favourites. I have a lot of favourites to talk about this month. A lot of different categories, from food, accessories, media, makeup, all sorts. So let's just get started straight away. So let's start with the makeup products, and the first thing is an eye product. And if you know me, you know I pretty much never wear eye makeup except for mascara. It's just, I'm never one for wearing eyeshadow, but ever since I got that number 7, like, it's like a pencil stick, like a crayon that you can just swipe over and you're done. And ever since I've got that and loved it, I've been on the hunt for some more, and I recently picked up this one. This is by Clinique and it's one of their chubby sticks, and I've tried their lip stick chubby sticks, but I hadn't tried any of the eye pencils, so I got this one. This is the colour number 2 Lots O Latte, and it's like a brown taupe sort of colour. So it's very sort of brown with gold shimmer to it. Why do I always swatch in like the hardest place to show you? So that is that colour, if you can see. So it's like a brown with some gold shimmer to it. It's really, really pretty. And again, it's one of those colours you can just swipe on. You could even mix this with like a lighter colour, but it's like a one-step thing, and I love that. Easy makeup. So I then have 2 MAC lipsticks. If you saw my haul video, I think it'll probably be the last one I uploaded, went to MAC and was able to back to MAC some items that I'd had for ages. So I got 2 lipsticks. The first one is the one I'm wearing now, and it's called Faux. This is a satin finish, and as you know, it's my lovely little like nude berry colour. It's slightly sort of lighter than what I would usually go for. It's a very sort of natural everyday colour. That is what it looks like, so sort of just that rosy nude colour really, which I love. So that's what I'm wearing right now, and it's just really, really moisturising. And then the other one I picked out is slightly different, and I believe it's one of their newer formulas, but they recently came out with some new shades, of which this is one of them. This is part of their Powder Kiss lipsticks, which are supposed to be matte lipsticks, which are just super creamy, really like soft to apply, and I'd never heard of them before. But they come in a matte tube, which I love because then you can really distinguish which one it is. This is in the colour Ripened. And as you can see, it's like a lilac colour, and I love lilac lipsticks. Wearable lilac lipsticks, sometimes they can be too like powdery and pale, but this is just super soft. Let's swatch it for you. So they're not like really, really bold. Like obviously you can like apply them so the colour builds up, but they are really, really creamy. As you can see, it's not like ridiculously like powdery purple, but it is very pretty. And I've been wearing that and really enjoying wearing that, and I really like the formula. The only thing is the scent isn't quite the same as normal MAC lipsticks, so don't expect that with these. So I have one Perfume favourite, and this is my new Jo Malone scent. This is part of one of their recent limited edition collections. You could probably still get it. I know they're just about to release another limited edition collection, but I think this will probably still be around. This is in Willow and Amber. Comes in a really gorgeous bottle. I love sort of their limited edition. And this is supposed to be sort of, the whole collection was based on like the canal boats in England, and like the flowers and weeds that sort of grow naturally around the boats and on the riverside. And this just smells so good. I don't know how to explain it. Obviously it's got some willow and amber in it, and because of that amber, it gives it that slightly like cologne fruity scent, if you get what I mean. Like for ages I was saying I'm sure my dad has a cologne like this, and that's probably why I like it. It's like a familiar scent. My parents thought otherwise, but it's just really like a gorgeous scent. I have no idea how to describe it, so if there is any other things I can find online to help better describe it, I'll link it or put a little annotation. But if you have a Jo Malone counter near you or a shop, would recommend smelling this because I think it's gorgeous. So let's move on to accessories. The first thing is slightly like, not clothes accessories, that sort of thing, but like a home accessory, and this is my Keep Cup. This is by the brand Typo, and it's their version of a Keep Cup. Does it say underneath what it is? No, but it's microwave safe, BPA free, dishwasher safe. So basically it's a glass little tumbler, and then you've got the silicone band and the silicone lid. I'm not wild on the lid. I don't know if I would prefer it to be like a hard, like plastic, rather than a flexible silicone. It's definitely something to get used to, like drinking out of it, but I was using this a ton in the month of March to put any of my drinks in. It's just a really nice size, and I often like to drink from smaller glasses, so I've been enjoying that. I've not used it for any hot products yet. I've not tried to microwave it or dishwasher it, so I can't comment on that. But as far as like its initial purpose of holding a cold beverage, I've been enjoying it. I then have two food favourites, and I know I've just skipped over accessories, but I thought that sort of went in with like drinks and food. I have a cereal to show you. Darren picked this up from Amazon when he was placing sort of like a pantry order, and I really enjoyed it, and then I picked this up in the week. So it is the Kellogg's Crunchy Nut Clusters. He bought a slightly different one. He bought, I think it was like a granola, and it had some type of nut. I want to say like hazelnuts in it. And I liked it, but I would always, you know, leave those little nuts left. Well, this one, even though it says Crunchy Nut Clusters, and this is obviously the chocolate edition, you can't visibly see any nuts, which is strange. I'm just trying to read it on the back. Obviously it says it's got peanuts in it, but so it's not one for, you know, if you've got a nut allergy. But if you're someone that doesn't particularly like nuts and don't really like them in your granola or something like this, which is like a granola-esque, it's really nice. It's more, you can taste like the oats and like there's almost like little Rice Krispie bits in them. I've really been enjoying this, and it's sort of like my weekend cereal. In the week I have like my normal Weetabix, easy to eat, fills me up, but on the weekend I have this because obviously for me, I find it takes a bit longer and I like to enjoy it. So that is that. And then the other food favourite has been cashews. Don't know why, but I've suddenly discovered that I like cashews. I didn't think I liked nuts very much, and I found a nut I like. We've been trying to eat slightly more healthy, and I know there's like a debate on whether nuts are healthy. They have a lot of fat in them. Darren is on a weight loss program at the moment. I won't talk about that too much because, you know, that's his thing, but he has been eating healthy, and subsequently I've been trying to eat healthy. I've been doing a lot more so like exercise and workouts the past couple of weeks, really trying to get, you know, that body ready for the summer. Realistically, I'm just trying to like feel good in my skin again, but we're on a tangent. And yeah, so he's been buying like nuts as his like snack, and I found that I like cashews, and that was a very long story just to say I like cashews, and I've got nothing told out because obviously we've eaten them. So those were my food favourites. Let's skip back to accessories. This is the purse that I've been using the past month. I bought it off of eBay, so I don't know if like it's not going to be on the actual like Ted Baker website, but it is this little purse, and it's like a grey pebbled leather with a rose gold zip and a pull, and it's just a really nice small purse. You know, it fits in a pocket, it fits in small bags. You've got a little pocket at the back, which I put parking, you know, tickets for when you park up and then you have to pay at the end, not parking tickets. So I usually keep those in there, and inside it's pretty simple. It's just card slots, and it just concertinas out like that. Obviously I'm using it so I won't show you inside, but I've really been enjoying using this purse, and it forces me to really like not keep change in here because I can't. So I have like £1 coin for like a trolley, and all the rest of, if I get any change, I usually put it in a little pot. So that is my first accessory favourite. And then I've got 2 bags to show you, which I've been alternating through the month. This one I've probably used slightly more, and this is my Fossil bag that I got for Christmas from my mum and my dad, and it's just a really nice small crossbody bag. It's got a sort of canvasy stripe main body to it, and then a leather strap, and then the actual crossbody strap has like cotton and leather on it. It's got gold hardware and this little key on it, and it just is secured by a magnet at the front. So then you've got this little pocket here, which I tend to put like little makeup pieces in, and then you've got the main body. And what I like is it has a zip as well, and it's a really, like, you can actually fit quite a bit in there considering it's a small purse and or a small handbag. And then on the back you've also got a little slip pocket as well, so great if you're just running out doing a couple errands, going on like a shopping trip. If you just don't need to carry too much, I find this is nice. And then the other bag, which is what I took sort of more on our London trip, was this bag, and this is my Fossil Sydney satchel. I don't know if they still call it a Sydney satchel. I got this one at the outlet, and it's this sort of like black detail with a sort of fabric shimmery silvery grey material on it. I really like it. I love this style of bag. If you know, I've got a brown version of this as well, and I did a whole like bag unboxing of that video. If I can find it, I'll link it down below. It's a couple years old, so young Sophie is in it, but I know that's been like one of my most watched videos, so I will link it down below. I'm thinking of doing sort of like an updated video on that. I don't know if you'd want to see that. Sort of like, obviously I've had that bag for maybe like 5 years now, and I've got this one as well, and I thought maybe I'd do sort of a little update on how it wears. But I love this style. It's got a little pocket on the outside. It's got double zips to open it, which I like, and you can open it really wide. It's got these little sort of fabric gussets on the side, so even if you do completely open it, things aren't necessarily going to fall out. And inside it's this grey lining in this one, but it's got a couple pockets on the side, and on the other side you have a zip pocket. And the only thing that differs between this and my last one is the brown one has built-in like card slots in it, whereas this one doesn't, which, I mean, I never really used that before, but if that was a deciding factor, you might miss that in this bag. I have a pair of shoes to show you. These I have been non-stop wearing, and it is my new Dr.Martens boots. I can't quite remember off the top of my head the name of them, so I'll just leave a little annotation, but I believe these are the caramel colour. They're a slightly sort of lighter tan colour, and they have little bits of fur around the edges, and the fur actually does go, you won't be able to see, but it goes right through the boot. It's not really thick fur, but it's a nice, like, give you a little bit of cushion and a little extra warmth. And I think these are super gorgeous. I first saw the lovely Audrey Roloff wearing them, and I fell in love. They are a great walking boot. I didn't really have to break these in as much as you usually do with Dr.Martens, which I thought was great. And I used to love Dr.Martens. I used to have like 5 or 6 pairs, and I've not worn them for years, but this has like got me back into wearing them. And I love how they just, like, the more you wear them, the more sort of like relaxed they look, and super comfortable, and they go well with jeans and dresses. I'll try and like insert pictures if I've got any of me like wearing them, but they really go with everything. So been enjoying those. And then I think the last sort of accessory favourite has been new glasses. I went for an eye test. Shocker, I had a stronger prescription and I needed to get new glasses. I got them both from work, so I'm not quite sure where you would be able to get them, but I will tell you like the details of them. So this is my first pair, and I'm thinking of getting my last pair, my blue pair, reglazed as well, that were from Specsavers, just so I've got like a backup pair. But these are the ones I picked, and so they're like a tortoise shell, but they've got lilac details, and if I take them off you'll be able to see on the back they're really more lilac. So I really like these. They're slightly smaller than my last pair, which took a while to get used to, but I really like them. And then the other pair are a pair of sunglasses. I was never really fully happy with the last pair of sunglasses I had. They didn't fit right. These ones are super pretty. Let me just tell you what the name of this is. So it's by Solo Collection, and it says Solo 593 Lilac. So if you can Google that, you might be able to find them. And then these are my sunglasses. So they're the normal sort of cat eye like look that I usually go for in sunglasses, very similar shape to my last pair, which I did like. And they are like a, I don't know if you can tell, they're like a bluey grey. On the sides you've got like a tortoise shell bluey aspect to them, and then obviously I got grey lenses. These are by Elizabeth Arden, and they are the EA1159-2. So, but I'll show you what they look like. So I like them. Yeah, don't know what else to say, but I'm enjoying having glasses that fit properly again, and I can see crystal clear in them. So those are sort of my last accessory favourite from this month. I know this is going to be a very long video. I will quickly mention books. As you know, I'm starting to do sort of more of a monthly wrap up, so I will go more in depth on these books. I read 5 books in total, or 5.5 sort of, in March, but I will just quickly show you my top 3. The first one is The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton. This is the one I've most recently finished and really enjoyed. It's sort of a murder mystery-esque with a slight like fantasy twist to it. Basically this one guy is trapped in this like village and this particular large house, and he's every day for 8 days he wakes up in a different guest's body, and throughout those 8 days he has to try and figure out who kills Evelyn Hardcastle. It is a lot more sort of intricately twisted than that, and I will go into it more in my March wrap up, but I really enjoyed this. I think I gave it 5 stars. The next one was Questions I Am Asked About the Holocaust by Heidi Fried. She is a Holocaust survivor, and this is her second book, I believe. And it's basically, imagine going to a live Q&A, but in a book. So it's her most frequently asked questions that she answers. So it's a really nice small book, gorgeous little front cover to it. And I'll just like run off some of the questions that she answers. Again, I'm pretty sure I gave all these 3 books 5 out of 5 stars. So some of the questions she answers are: what was your life like before the war? What was it like to live in the camps? Were you always hungry? Did you feel Swedish? Do you hate the Germans? How often do you think about your time in the camps? What is your view of the future? What can we learn from the Holocaust? So it really is a very broad topic, from her time before the war, during her time in the camps, and then afterwards. And it does feel like you've gone to like a live Q&A signing, but in the comfort of your own home. So I've really enjoyed that. And then the last book is Becoming by Michelle Obama. This was like a no-brainer for me to include. I really enjoyed it. It took me quite a while. And Darren has actually just downloaded this on audiobook. He has, I guess, an Audible account. No, this is not sponsored by Audible. I don't think I would ever, I don't know, I don't want to say never, but listening to audiobooks is not really for me. I much prefer to read a physical copy, whereas Darren's the complete opposite, and he much rather listen to something, and he's started to listen to it and is really enjoying it, and she does narrate her own audiobook, which is cool. But again, I'll speak about this more in my video of my March wrap up, but I found it really inspiring and just really interesting to read about her life growing up and how her and her husband came into the political world and what their time was like in the White House. So I did really enjoy that. So I think that's all the physical things right now that I've got to show you. I'm just going to list off very sort of quickly the rest of my favourites. Music favourite, the Jonas Brothers have made a return. I was the biggest Jonas Brothers fan first time around, what was it, like maybe 10 years ago? So I was like 12, 13, prime age for the Jonas Brothers. I went to 2 concerts, one in England, in London, and one in Florida when they were there, and loved it. And I've followed them throughout their sort of solo careers as well, but their single Sucker I was like obsessed with. They're just about to drop a new single called Cool, which I will be excited to listen to. But I'm really just excited to see them on this next journey. You know, they're all like married, engaged, got kids, and it's a very different era, and I feel like we've grown up with them now, and it's nice to see them come out with some new music, which is very catchy. One thing that I can't really show you is we got a lot of new houseplants this month. We went to IKEA and got quite a few plants. I'll try and insert a clip of them. Darren got a bonsai tree, which we've put in the kitchen, and I got a couple other plants for the lounge. I did think I nearly killed one of them, but I gave him a ton of water and he seems to have made a full recovery. So yes, very excited about that. So we've got the bonsai, and the 2 larger plants are from IKEA, and then the one in the little like purple ceramic pot is actually from Haskins, but the pot is from John Lewis. So I mentioned those in my haul video. Let's see. YouTube favourite has been Angela Braniff. If you saw my last favourites, I mentioned her sister's channel, Joyful Chaos, and their sister show that they did together. Well, I found obviously Angela's channel, and I've been obsessed with her channel. She has the, you know, adopted large family, which I've been really enjoying watching over the past like couple of months. I tend to gravitate towards large families, and those that are like slightly unusual, have adopted children through various ways, and she has mostly adopted children, and I just find her very warming and really inviting to like watch. And I watch mainly her sit down videos. I've not quite gotten into her vlogs as much. She also homeschools, and they own an RV, so they went on some RV trips. She is in the process of launching her own book, so slight momentarily pause there because our food just got delivered, but I was talking about Angela Braniff and her channel, and she is in the process of launching a book, which is very exciting. And for me, it's been really interesting to see sort of the back end of finding an agent, getting published, and she has a very sort of inspirational story about that. It has really resonated with me because I have just submitted my manuscript to agents. So I sat down about a week and a half ago and just typed away and sent sort of my first lot of chapters and cover letters to literary agents. It's something I've not particularly tried to talk about too much on here, but I have written a book and I am trying to get it out there, and so this is sort of the first step really. It's very exciting, but I'm sort of at the moment pushing it to the back of my mind because obviously it can take agents like 6 to 12 weeks to even get back to you. So I'm just sort of letting that do its own thing, and in the meantime just carrying on with day-to-day life. She has been a great little find on YouTube this month. And then my final favourite has been, in the month of March, our good friends Michelle and Evan came and stayed with us from Canada. I had mentioned in a couple past videos that they were coming to stay with us, and it was just really, really nice to have, you know, another couple to like go out and do things with. We went bowling. Me and Michelle had like a really nice girly day. We went to Jo Malone and got massages, and went to Hobbycraft and looked at wool, and it was just a really nice week, really. Lots of nice food was eaten, and it was just really nice, and I think we have definitely made, you know, friends for life there, which is crazy because we met them on the internet, which seems to be how a lot of the best relationships are starting. If you don't know, me and my husband met over Instagram, so what can I say? But I think, just looking, that is all of my favourites. I know this has been a really long video. If you've got any questions, leave me a comment down below. Any upcoming videos you'd like to see, then again, leave me some recommendations. Stay tuned for my March book wrap up, where I will go more in depth about those books. And yes, I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!